So we're in Galveston, Texas on March the 26th, 2013, and we are at the Texas DLA, which is the Distance Learning Association, here with Yolanda Abrigo, also Carolyn Raines from Coastal Bend College, and we have a lot of colleagues here, but we're going to start off with the keynote speaker, and that is John Quinones from ABC News and Primetime, What Would You Do? And he does that entire series, so he's going to talk a little bit about different things and how distance learning has benefited us in this great nation and such. So then after that, we're going to probably start hitting some breakout sessions, and one of the first ones I'm going to go to probably is how to make my video even better. And so, because there's always room for improvement, Yolanda will hit some sessions, Carolyn will hit some sessions, and anyways, Coastal Bend College is here representing here at Galveston at the Moody Gardens.
How about that? She can pronounce Quinones with no problem. Even people in New York at ABC News can't pronounce Quinones. It's not the easiest name. I've been called everything, not only from people on television, but on the streets. Recently I was at a festival in San Antonio, my hometown. You know, there's a Fiesta Week, which is like Mexican Mardi Gras down there. And at this festival, I was the Grand Marshal of the River Parade. And a lot of tequila is drunk at this festival. And I was, after the thing, I was going through the streets of La Villita in downtown San Antonio, the old town part of San Antonio, where there's all this festivities are going on. And a young girl ran up to me, and obviously she had had too many margaritas. And she was blonde-haired and blue-eyed and didn't speak a word of Spanish. And she comes up to me, she goes, you're that guy on television. I love the show. I love what you do in 2020. And she said, could I take a picture with you, Mr. Cojones? Well, I didn't know.
We're heading to the next session, which is our Coastal Bend session for the Distance Learning Association regions, but we just finished listening to John Quinones from ABC Primetime and 2020 and all that good stuff. Yolanda's watching me film myself. She thinks it's odd.
You're cutting yourself off.
Am I really?
You were.
They just need my voice.
Okay. Well, that's good.
Anyway, and it was real interesting watching to all his stories and listening to all his stories. He's kind of pretty much traveled everywhere, but everybody knows him for what is it called?
What would you do?
But he's been in San Antonio.
New York.
Well, he was born in San Antonio and worked his way up, obviously, and from poverty, and really doing a fantastic job. So that was John Quinones. Now we're moving into our Coastal Bend region, DLA. Yes, as Rolando would put it, damas y caballeros, which means boys and girls, I think. No, hey, we were just in our, what is it, the
regional group meeting?
Coastal Bend regional group, and we have our leader here representing, and I just want him to know that, if he needs me, I'm there to find somebody to help him. No, I'll be there to help. So tell us a little bit about this meeting real quick.
The Coastal Bend Region meeting happens every year at TXLA. This is the third year for Texas that I've been part of the association. I was voted again to be your regional chair.
Yeah.
Awesome, and we're continuing to growing. Our Coastal Bend region is growing as a whole. We had about 38 members coming out to this conference. Over 510 people signed up. So 38 came out from our region. A lot of us were part of the conference, committees, putting this together. But as we continue to grow, K-12, 2-year and 4-year higher ed, and military in our area will continue to grow and enhance and bring distance learning together. So again, see you next year in Corpus Christi, April 1st through the 4th, 2014.
Awesome, fantastic. Thanks, Ronald. Yeah. Okay, in this particular one, really the first session, the first breakout session, was dealing with an instructional video survivor going from good to great. I always, when I see video in a breakout session, I always think I want to go, because video is kind of a big part of what I do. I use it for Blackboard, I use it for my courses, I use it wherever I can. So I basically looked at examples, and she showed some bad videos, some good videos, and for the most part, it's all exciting. Camtasia. I was asked a lot about what I use. I was able to share a little bit about some of what I do. But really, it was just a general, exciting breakout session. Didn't learn too much about it, but I am going to continue working and enhancing the videos that I do use. So that's a good first session in video development for instructional design. On to the next. We're now eating right now. We're having lunch, okay? And we're going to have some delicious food here. You can see right there. And in a few minutes, Ms. Carolyn Rains and Yolanda Briga are going to actually tell me about their session, because I can't be at every session, and they really enjoyed theirs. So in a little bit, they're going to talk. So, okay? All right, cool. So let's eat. Hey, Carolyn. Hey, Yolanda. Hey, I just got back from video, and you know how I am about video, as I am videoing right now, this video. Got it? So, y'all went to what?
We went to, it was Don't Outshoot, Outsmart. It was Winning Strategies for Enrollment and Student Achievement. It focused on marketing, recruitment, and retention of students.
Okay, cool. Of online students, right? Or in general?
Well, it focused on distance learning students, which, was appealing for me, but it could be used in general for any student.
So what was the key marketing tool?
Social media.
Yeah!
One of the things that impressed me, Yolanda, was about sending out birthday
e-cards.
Really?
E-cards.
That's
we
cool.
have access to, yes, we do.
Yeah,
Oh, that's awesome.
It doesn't cost anything.
That's true.
Sending out an e-card to our students. One thing that I thought was, and I don't do this, is that I need to communicate with our admissions department when they send out their welcome packet to the students.
Yeah.
Put something in there about distance learning. Go in there and really talk about the different learning platforms that we offer. Hybrid, traditional, video conferencing, online, and get them to start thinking.
Also, while we're at it, remember in the exhibit hall, the green screening. Remember, just a simple little picture, and they used a program, so I'll have it on video. It was called
River. What was the name?
Yeah, I forgot what it was called too, but we wrote it down. But even Photoshop, where you could actually put it in a little picture frame, and then they can put it on their desk, and you have your marketing logo, whatever the case might be, distance learning or.
So you use the logo on everything.
Exactly.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
They sure did. They say one of the biggest things on retention was to make the students feel welcome. Okay, and to put together a little welcome kit of our online students. Welcome. These are the students that are just out there.
Yeah.
And so we need to make them feel welcome. The ones that are on campus feel welcome because they have all.
But how do you welcome somebody online? Yeah, good point.
Yeah, you send them a welcome kit.
Yes.
It could be a little, distance education mug or keychain or, a
Cool.
letter or anything and make it personal. Another thing too that they talked about that I thought was interesting, and I wrote it down, so I have to come here and look and see where I had written it. Put together webinars.
Oh,
you know how
yes.
we offer our students time management skill workshops, resume writing workshops.
Very good.
But we do not offer them
online
webinars for our online students. So yes,
okay.
And Amador, I think that's where you can come in with Adobe Connect.
Adobe Connect or Camtasia. Any of the.
And do a webinar for.
And another thing too that we need.
Make them help. Have that information out there for them.
And also get the experts in the area to do videos. Video production is cool, but you got to have somebody talking that knows what they're talking about on a subject.
Yes.
So that could be in the webinar too. Awesome.
So working closely with student services to conduct these webinars. Those are your key.
Fantastic.
Speakers. Let's just
cool.
Give them the media or the tools to retain these online students and give them the same opportunity that our face-to-face students have.
They said one of the things about it too is in the communication, don't say "dear student."
Yes, very good. Personalize it. Dear ID number 7249385.
Yes.
Not a good idea.
But yes, and this is where also you would come in with the marketing. You, Susan, whoever, but you make
yes.
the website is to maybe with social media. I think
we have Facebook. Monica.
Yes, Monica.
We have Facebook. We have.
Facebook.
YouTube,
start a social media calendar.
Flickr, and Twitter. Yes.
You know,
The social media calendar.
Social media calendar. I started thinking when they were saying marketing, you know, okay, let's market distance learning
Yeah.
out there on social media.
And we don't have one for distance learning.
You know, market our other
Yeah,
programs.
let them talk and share with
using
each other.
Social media.
Yeah.
Using the social media
Yeah.
page and have them market. And,
Cool.
Yeah. So there's some free, some low cost or even free technology that y'all could use that would help with the what was it? The optimizers, the visual visual website optimizer. There's Crazy Egg WordPress.
We're using WordPress for the public relations, for the press releases.
Yes.
And I think we're using Flickr for the photos, for the events. We're doing that. YouTube for video, which is really my area. And Twitter so they can follow us. But mostly Facebook really has been doing Twitter.
Well, the visual website optimizer will tell you exactly where the students are going to on the website.
Remember that one so we can... Okay. Cool.
Because you need to know what's working and what's not.
Yeah.
If something is ignored on your website, get rid of it or change it.
Yeah, exactly. If nobody's coming by for that. Very good. So again, the topic on that one, on that first session for y'all, mine was video. Y'all's was on the...
Outshoot and outsmart. Outsmart, I wrote the title down. Winning strategies for enrollment and student achievement.
Awesome. Now we're going to go to a meeting that's going to help us, 3 members of the DEAC at CBC, the Distance Education Advisory Committee, that will start setting guidelines and some ideas as to evaluation of course review, so that
Online programs.
Awesome.
Online courses.
All right. And you're here in Galveston, Texas, March 26, 2013. Thank you, ladies. Creating an effective, peer-driven online course review process. This is going to be something that we're going to do for the DEAC.
This one looks good for the next session. Of course, we're on the go for the immediate user. We live in a time period of educating students who are accustomed to the immediate. We will explain and demonstrate steps that we have taken to prepare ourselves for the immediate learning and to plan for our future education.
Sounds good.
Immediate.
Immediate.
I'm sorry, Carolyn, I know
Go for
I
it.
asked you, but yes, I definitely think this is something that we really need to get into now. This is something that I've been wanting to do, but because we only have 2 of us, it's
Okay.
very hard.
So
we
we're
are
gonna-
going
we're
to
gonna
have
co-
to develop a subcommittee of our DEAC to do our course.
That was the OCR, which is the online course review committee, which would be a subcommittee of the DEAC, which would and this is where we get our
And
peer
basically-
evaluations.
Basically, this, and we're not like the presenter was saying, we're not showing them how to teach their course. We are just making sure.
We want to focus on the web design of it, not the content. We're not evaluating content. This is not an evaluation. Very important. It's a review, right?
Yes,
It is a review
It has
of
to
your
meet the
course.
standards.
And what were
the
they?
national standards.
There were 4 levels: exemplary.
Exemplary.
You have them written there.
I have them written.
Yeah, that's the highest.
The highest is exemplary,
Effective.
which they took off a rubric, off the
It was
which of the rubric?
the national standards.
The national standards rubric.
There's under construction. It should not be online. Will not be offered until it's improved. Promising, which minimally meets standards but should be improved. Effective, which meets national standards of best
And then
practice.
exemplary.
And then exemplary, which exceeds the national standards. The national standards that SACS has out there, and quality matters.
Quality matters rubric, along with also
The SACS.
the SACS rubric, the Blackboard rubric. We're going to be using that to set these standards: exemplary, and effective, promising, and under construction should not be online. Okay, is that good? Good recap.
Well, and one of the things that I liked is they would offer you professional development help with improving your class. She said some of it could be taken care of in like 30 minutes.
Cool. So, very good. So, kind of like a tune-up process. It may not necessarily require much work.
And this is a never-ending process, so it's something that we will have to continue once we start it, continue doing it forever.
And as an online instructor, I like for somebody with some of my peers to review my class because I may spot something I don't see.
Gotcha. So that recaps part of our DEAC, a subcommittee with the OCR, the online course review, not to base it on content, but on the web design of the online course. Also, maybe extend it to the hybrid, the blended, and an issue that has not been discussed here was the face-to-face, but that's another issue. So,
but as of right now, we're just going to stick with online classes.
All right, we're on this virtual paradise here on March 26th of 2013 here in Galveston at the Moody Gardens, and we're going to go now to our next one, and it is the Join the Video Revolution. All right, the Video Revolution. Join the Video Revolution session we're about to talk about here. Okay, Yolanda's giving me a hard time about two-strapping, which looks nerdy, geeky.
That's the end thing.
I'm sorry.
We're in Texas DLA.
I'm sorry. I'm one-strapping here.
We are at Texas DLA, okay?
Texas DLA. I don't know.
Yes, we have to two-strap.
Hey, we have our presenter. We're doing a video here too. Anything you want to say to my camera?
I'll say thank you for participating. I love your questions, and I look forward to your participation in Texas Distance Learning Association. Hosted, remember, Need College Help, Felipe, on Twitter. Right?
Sounds good. Enjoy the presentation. All right. There you heard it. And there you heard it from the one. See, I don't know, Yolanda.
You're supposed to.
Yes.
Isn't the end thing two-strapping now?
What do y'all think? She's making fun of my one-strapping and she's two-strapping.
One-strapping was old school.
I'm sorry, no. Hey, look, if you have to get rid of it and I have to get rid of it, I got one shoulder here. It's going to take you a long time.
What is it?
Quit arguing. 21 Jump Street?
Yes. You have to two-strap it.
Okay, we'll just ask you.
What are we doing?
Okay.
You're like Yolanda. We should take a picture.
Oh, awesome.
Yolanda?
Yay.
Are you taking pictures?
No, he's videoing.
Okay, yes, I'm videoing. Yolanda and Yolanda.
Yes.
Where are you from, Yolanda?
Dallas.
Can I use you in my video?
That depends. What are you using your video for?
I'll be all over YouTube. I'm very popular. No, it's just I document everything.
Hi. Yes, you can use me. My name is Yolanda Columbus. I'm from UNT Dallas.
Yolanda
Columbus
from UT Dallas.
UNT
Awesome.
Dallas. Not
UNT Dallas.
Yes.
North Texas.
Yeah.
All right. I have some family from Fort Worth.
Oh, cool.
My sister will probably be watching this. My sister Lisa.
Hi, Lisa.
Good to meet you, Yolanda. Okay, but Yolanda, does this look normal? No, you, Yolanda.
Oh.
Does that look normal? You do a one-strap or a two-strap? Which is better?
I usually do one strap.
One strap. One. We're at the end of day one, which is March 26, 2013. And one area that we really enjoy, and this is where we eat, but we also get to look around at some of the vendors and the exhibits. And so you get to look at media, instruction, all that fun stuff. Plus, you get all the cool little gadgets, the toys. We're here with a very, 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 very special person. Met him a few years back, and back when we were with Title III, and Alma Adames and Dr. John Brockman, Dr. Santos Martinez, and even Randy Lindemann, and he's amazing with the distance learning. Back when it was when distance learning wasn't cool, right? Is that right, Mickey? More or less. All right, Mickey. This is Mickey Slim. So give us. You're in the Hall of Fame. I got to have you on video. This is Mickey Slim.
There you go. Bring
so
it up. So
just what your words of wisdom.
Everything that I've done, I owed at Coastal Bend College. And Amador, and
all right,
and Santos, and the whole crew that's down there. Y'all just made everything happen. So what more can you say about life other than Coastal Bend rocks, you know?
Well, hey, it's neat to be able to get follow behind all you guys, because you guys, man, y'all kicked me up to the next level, and I really appreciate everything you've done.
But you did a great job,
Thank you very much.
Appreciate all the stuff you've done down there.
Good morning, everybody. How are we today? Alert, alive, awake, enthusiastic, kind of?
Yeah, March 27th. I am sleepy.
We nailed that one for sure. We are extremely excited to extend a very special welcome to our first annual virtual conference attendees. This is a new adventure that TXDLA has decided to embark on this year, and we are looking to grow that program significantly as the years go. So thank you so much to our virtual attendees for joining us from their home institutions. You are a member, a very important member of this conference, so welcome.
Keep your hand raised if you've ever fallen asleep on a speaker. I will kill you right now. You will die tonight. I'll hunt your dreams. 5 things we're going to discuss while we're here. 5 things, basic things that I think will help you all very much. But as we get going into that, I want to explain something to you. So can you all again repeat after me? Say yeah. Yeah. All right, do it like you mean it. There's a lot of us in here, and again, I'm fully aware of what time it is. I know it's early. Some of y'all haven't even went to sleep yet. I know this, okay? I'm not judging you. It's all right, we're still going to have a good time. But I believe in giving 110%. Everyone is not successful because everyone is not willing to do what it takes to be successful, period. Everyone is not willing to do what it takes to be successful. Therefore, everyone is not successful. There are people who are still sleeping some places, but that's not us.
All right, we had the opening session, which was Stan Pearson II, and he talked about basically being it, and being a major and a pivotal part of technology and life in general. He talked about 5 real key topics. The first one was be creative. I'll get them all out here. I'm trying to memorize them. Be your own best friend. Be present. Be consistent. And he also talked about being resilient. Those are the 5 key points that he was talking about in his opening session for March 27th. 2013 here at the Texas DLA, which is a Distance Learning Association conference here in Galveston at the Moody Gardens. So again, be creative, be your own best friend, be present, be consistent, and be resilient. So let's go enjoy. We're going to talk a little bit today, or look at conferences and workshops basically dealing with the technology, but also on different online course review systems and so forth. So anyway, what was this one called? Hold it. All right, we were at the session just now, and at the Texas DLA, Carolyn Raines, Yolanda Abrigo, and myself, yours truly, Amador Ramirez, bridging the online quality gap, certifying online instructors and courses. Which we are already doing. So what were the key factors, Yolanda? Well, my thought was this first, is that not only is it considered a review, but also considering that perhaps we want to also implement a survey for students to not only evaluate the content, but the web design of it, right? And the navigability and things like that, where the student is not so much reviewing, yes, they have to review the instruction, but maybe review the course design so we can improve on it, right?
Yes. One thing that stood out with me on this one is that the faculty, and I know this is going to probably put more work to the faculty, but when the faculty sign off on the forms that they want to teach these courses online, they fill out these approval forms and sign off on these forms. One thing that I liked and I want to try and incorporate into our process is that by signing these forms, these faculty members are agreeing to be entered into a pool of names, and then we choose out of that pool our peer reviews.
Right.
So
because who better to be a reviewer than your peers?
Exactly.
Good point.
So that was one of the things that I want to put in the process with what we already have.
Okay, so a little bit added to already existing system. In the session on information security for faculty and designers, current threats, we talked about viruses, The first one you mentioned was Zeus, but one in there that she discussed a lot was Torpig, which attacks mostly the Windows. It's a Windows virus, not so much a Mac, which a lot of times people will let their guard down thinking that the Macintosh won't get virus infected, but that's not true, and that's usually what hackers take advantage of. Zero access, not as much an info stealer, very interesting, but it is click fraud. What happens is, as you go out and fill a survey, for example, hackers actually get paid for their clicks, and so there's a lot of money making in there. And it hides itself very well, does a zero access virus. It makes itself hard to clean as well. Ransomware is obviously ransom by the name. Recently, and in various cases, schools have been held at ransom, basically, with cyber terror, and the data is held hostage. And until you pay the hacker, they will not release it. And so, very little control on this one, and you've got to pay to get your data back. Also, she closed out on safe surfing, and she mentioned that IE and Safari were probably the least secure. Go with Google Chrome or Firefox. Again, I'm not totally convinced on that yet, but I do like Google Chrome.
I am.
But I like Safari. Yolanda, what's your thoughts?
I prefer Firefox and Chrome.
Carolyn?
I'm beginning to like Firefox. I haven't tried Chrome yet, but the laptops that we have now seem to like it better.
Yeah, I know with Chrome, I've started using that one more and more this semester, and it's been a lot more stable for me than Firefox has.
And just in the few seconds that we were recording, I managed to hack into Yolanda and Carolyn's brains, their memories, and I've stolen some valuable data. They won't know about this until later tonight. And of ransomware, I'm going to hold it ransom until they pay me money.
What have I enjoyed the most here at Texas DLA? The people.
The people.
Yes.
And the water, I guess, guys.
The food.
Carolyn thought that I was actually going to drive into the seawall, into the, what was it? Terrible. Oh, we got to film Stan Roger. Stan, a few words. Good to see you, man.
Hey, people.
Awesome.
This is happening right now.
You know what?
Just kidding.
The 5 points, I want to share those with my students. Man, thanks. It's fantastic.
So very much.
Yeah, she's not even concentrating on
I'm sorry.
Stan, this is history. Okay. Second. Where are you from?
Originally Chicago, but I reside in Atlanta right now.
Oh, look at her. Look at her. Has to be in the
We're all in this thing.
All the picture right there.
Sorry, if we go down, there you go, right there.
So where was Chicago?
Yeah, I'm from Chicago, but I live in Atlanta right now.
Check this out. Hi, guys. Hi, Oscar.
Hi. Are you recording video?
I am. Oh, I'm supposed to be watching them.
You missed the magic. It's okay.
Oh, you're
Very nice to meet
here.
you all watching this. Best of luck to you in your future endeavors. Life isn't always easy, but it's necessary, so get it done.
Let's get it.
Hey,
go,
Stan.
Go CBC. Go CBC Cougars.
Hey, Stan.
Yes.
Before you say that, I have one question for you.
What's that?
Am I too sexy?
Uh-oh. Hey, it takes one to know one.
I gotta go
Go
get it.
CBC Cougars.
Let me open this to file, and where is that? Oh, okay, yeah. Suppose you go to your music file and you discover that, yeah, you have a whole bunch of these MP3 files, and well, one of them is an WMA, and that's not like really going to do you much good. So you've got to, how are you going to get this into a MP3 format? That's what I'm going to show you today. So what you have to do is you install this program. Let's try it again, where I actually try to rehearse. Good afternoon, and welcome to the history of photography. The photograph that you're looking at now was taken in about 1953 in Manhattan, in New York City, right near Public School 61. You'll see that there are 5 boys in the photograph looking at you, and also 1, 2, 3, 4 girls. Now, of those 5 boys, one of them is speaking to you right now. Can you tell which one it is? Raise your hand if you know.
Let's talk about camera movement techniques. Camera movements should be subtle. When possible, keep the camera still and let the event do the moving. The best way to keep your camera still is by placing it on a tripod. Excessive zooming or camera movements calls attention to itself. However, sometimes camera movement is necessary. In general, the movements should be subtle and serve a purpose. The 3 basic reasons to move the camera are to adjust the framing, to reveal a scene gradually, and to follow motion. The 4 basic types of camera movements are zoom, pan, track, and tilt. Again, you should let your event do the moving when possible, but when camera movement is necessary, do it in a subtle manner to not distract the viewers from the event.
Okay, in this particular presentation, it was called, as soon as I find it here real quick, it had to do with video editing basically for the most part, and Premiere was mentioned a lot, but a lot on the filming techniques, the dolly technique, the panning, the zooming, the all the different aspects of filming and editing, and also how one particular event or one particular piece of footage could be edited in various ways, thus making it look like actually there were different videos, but really it wasn't. It was just done differently. Now, my video at this moment is being interrupted by a brownie, or whatever this is. I really appreciate that. Anyway, more on digital editing, video production, and on to the next session.
You are now?
We're about ready to gamify, according to Yolanda, and I was going to go to a different session.
They have the little robots.
They got a little robot?
I think a lot of them get put out in place. Get left projectors.
So we're going to look at gamification as a learning management system. Trying to think. Oh, here's a little video, the last video here. Some deadly sins, going back to the last session. The 5 deadly sins of video production: fire hosing, jogging, backlighting, nose room, and head room. Anyway, I had to go back a little bit, but moving on to gamification in a learning management system.
Anything in web is mandatory. All students have to participate. And I'll talk about timing in a second. I just want to go over the different components of what I have here. So, we have modules, typical modules in the game course. In my game, and I'm going to use ancient history as an example. In my game, everyone has to do one module, the first module.
All right, on the last presentation, he was talking about the gamification, basically, which the idea that you can take your current LMS, your learning management system, and make it more into a game using modules, adaptive release, using the concepts. There's some slides in there that I don't have memorized, but dealing with the different things that need to be done. Like you start obviously with levels of difficulty, as you would a game. There has to be an objective. So putting into your LMS, into some modules, using conditional releases, adaptive releases, making it more game-like or gamifying your course, basically. So it's something that LMSs already have built into their system. We just have to figure out a way to make it more entertaining, basically, for the student, where they can actually be accomplishing a task with a goal, a reward that's to be reached. He used the idea of stars. He used a lot of the video games and how they work logically and how we can incorporate it into the learning management system that we are using. So it was an interesting session. In this last presentation for this particular day, it was more on video production, and the lady who spoke, a lot of Hollywood techniques on some of the things that are needed, a lot on the items or the props that can be utilized whenever doing video. But most of the stuff I've been doing, except it kind of helps to revive me a little bit in the sense that could maybe add this or add that and things like that. But all in all, it was a good video. More of a beginner's presentation. but still, it was good. So, more video production.
We're heading to the final guest speaker in our luncheon on the 28th of March. And Yolanda wants to do the elf thing. As soon as she goes down the escalator, she is going to come back up the escalator. And there she comes. All right. I only have so much film. I really have an unlimited amount of memory. All right, go. Yes, whenever you're ready. Be careful. This is the first time she's been on an escalator. Hey, don't get sucked in. Right here. This is where it happens. Be very careful. Do not get sucked in. Good job. Is that Carolyn Raines? Carolyn Raines. Hello, Carolyn. Hi. Hello. What are you doing?
Nothing, I'm waving at Carolyn.
Oh, be careful right here. This is where it sucks you in. So what do you think of the convention?
I liked it.
It was fun.
I'm doing it again next year.
It's fantastic.
Yes.
This is awesome.
And it's at home next year.
It's in Corpus Christi, Texas, April 1st through April 4th.
Milestone for all of you.
Dr. Susan Aldridge, our final speaker here at the Texas Distance Learning Association Conference in Galveston, Moody Gardens, May 28, 2013.
Congratulations on your Sweet 16. Seriously though, you have so much to celebrate. In true Texas fashion, this is now the largest distance learning organization of its kind in the country. With more than 900 forward-thinking members, give yourselves a round of applause.